Hey, podcaster. Welcome to the Ben Lima Belle podcast. It's Belle here. On today's show, we had a lot of fun meeting people who knew someone or they themselves had been on a current affair. We also asked, did you sleep with a client, which got really good. And Liam did a little skit, which I think we're going to get many complaints for, so watch out for that.
Live across Australia, this is Ben, Liam and Belle's Late Drive
on Nova.
Did you see the viral video from last night's episode of A Current Affair?
No. Was it one where they, chase a dude with the camera and he starts kicking the camera?
No.
Because they're the best when they start chasing someone, some con man or something.
Is it where they do the thing where they lay out someone's, weekly grocery shop on their bench and they go, this accumulates to this?
And they have some nice graphics and stuff. And then, a big red cross goes over, either Coles or Woolies.
No.
Okay, so who was it? Was it a Hoon driver?
It wasn't a Hoon driver.
Tracy hates Hoon drivers.
Yeah.
I know she hasn't done it
She
before.
doesn't.
She used to hate him. Was it a dodgy builder?
It wasn't a dodgy builder.
Oh, I know. It was a neighbour from hell.
No, you're right on the dodgy path.
Con man.
No.
Shonky used car salesman.
Correct, Lee.
I knew it was. It's a predictable show, you know what I mean? It's one of 8 things every night.
It was a dodgy used car salesman and the interview did not go very long at all.
It's one of the shortest sit-down interviews we've ever done. Are you Australia's dodgiest used car dealer?
That was my thing. Right. That was my
Hands off. Hands
That was
off.
my thing.
Hands off.
That was
Hands off.
The reporter goes in and goes, are you the dodgiest used car? He goes, yeah, and they start fighting.
Hang on, was it a sit-down interview or did he just, corner him? Because it doesn't sound like that.
The used car salesman, he was sitting down for the first 2 seconds and then he stands up to attack the reporter.
And is that the reporter saying, hands off,
Yeah,
hands off? It's almost like what...
If you see the video,
Yeah.
the guy gets up and starts pushing the reporter and the reporter's getting pushed out the door.
Yeah.
And then he has a moment of bravery and he goes, hands off.
It's like saying, no hands, no hands, no hands.
It feels like how the reporter was acting. It's kind of like how, if you're getting bullied at school, how teachers say, if you just say stop and I don't like it, they'll stop. If someone's punching you and you go, hands off, that's not actually going to work.
Hey, tonight we would love to do 13, 24, 10. Have you been on a current affair? Do you know someone that's been on a current affair? 13, 24, 10. If you get on air, pop you in the draw for 10K day in May.
Imagine if you're parents with the dodgy neighbours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or they were your neighbours on a current affair.
True. Joseph in Brizzy, was it you?
It wasn't me, team. It was someone I went to school with.
Oh, no, right. And what, had they done something dodgy or why were they on it?
Yeah, fairly. They were one of Australia's biggest dealers of nangs.
The Nangarangaroo. Caught on camera. Right. So obviously the cream charges, people do it for a head spin.
And you're sitting there going, I know him from school.
I know him. Yeah, he's El Chapo, El Nango. Nathan joins us now. Have you been on a current affair, someone you know?
Hi, Ben and Belle. No, not me. So a couple of years ago, my football club had a brand new coach at the start of the season. He was a little bit of a strange unit, didn't have any social medias, but liked to tell a lot of stories. And then one week he stopped coming to training and somebody had found an old video of him on a current affair being labelled the bankrupt Playboy.
The bankrupt?
So you never got the full story though?
No. So he previously had been living a life of luxury, scamming people, trashing the occasional rental property, all that sort of stuff.
And then he popped up and he was your footy coach for a while.
Yeah, correct.
He was just looking for the under-12 mums, maybe. I don't know, just looking for someone with a bit of money around the footy club that he could get his claws into.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought it was that he posed for Playboy or Playgirl and he didn't want people to know.
No, I think they were labelling him as
Oh,
Playboy.
that
Be a bit of
wasn't
a
so bad.
playboy if you-
Oh,
yeah.
okay, right.
Nathan, thank you very much. Naomi in Barizzi, this was your sister. They were on a current affair.
Yeah, my sister and her friend were going to Thailand to get a boob job and a nose job. And her friends rang up a current affair and sent the email for her and said what they were doing. And they they paid them to do a story, and it paid for both of their nose jobs and boobs jobs in Thailand. And they
That's
had before
crazy.
and after photos.
So,
What was the story,
so the story was that they were flying to Thailand to get boob and nose jobs.
Yeah, and then they just emailed in to see if they could sell the story, and they said yes. So they're part of NW magazine as well. And
Oh
so
my
they
God.
got yeah,
I
they
got four
paid.
mates that have done that.
Yeah, they should have emailed a current affair bill.
Like, that's so common.
After Hoon driving, fake tits in Thailand. I mean, you are sitting through the ads for that. You go, what? I wonder what happened. Well, I don't know. It's a current affair. They
Honey, it's the news. I got to see it. I got to see what they look like.
No, they look decent. That's,
I can tell you right now, they wouldn't.
Jared in Brizzy, you were actually on at one time.
I was one of the very few builders that actually got appraised for being.
That's rare.
That is actually a huge badge of honour. So you were shown as like just a good, honest builder.
Yeah, because there was a scumbag going around ripping everyone off, a serial, pest that was ripping off people for fences.
Yeah.
And I watched the episode where he ripped off this old lady that had stage 4 cancer.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Like her whole fence ripped off 10 grand. So I got in contact with them and asked if I could go and they could get me in contact with her to finish it.
Oh,
Which they
good
did.
on you,
I
Jared.
like that, Jared.
Hey, Jared, are you still doing fencing, mate?
Yeah, I'm a builder, so I do everything. But
Well, look,
I do fences.
You're in
All
Brizzy.
everything.
Anyone listening in Brizzy, do you want to give the...
In Banyo. I don't go further than Virginia, though.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Did you want to give your business a bit of a plug because you're a good Samaritan?
Yeah, but I don't need any more work. That's the thing.
All right, fine.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He really is the
sounded-
builder from heaven. No, not too greedy. No, I'm happy with my pocket, and I'll just do my fencing work there. That's totally fine.
See,
Good
I
on
think
you.
the opposite. Now he sounds dodgy to me.
What, because he doesn't want the work?
Yeah.
Nah, good on you, Jared. Appreciate you coming on. Darwin in Sydney, good evening. A current affair. Were you on it?
Yeah, look, no, I wasn't on it. I just I had my dog taken to a canine trainer. After 1 month later, the guy was actually on the current affair.
Oh, wow.
But look, to be fair, like, he did train my dog well, but the other dog that they were talking apparently was missing and then passed away or something. But yeah, that's my story. I saw him there, and I was like, geez, but
Hang on,
he's
so
done
the dogs that he was training were going missing?
apparently, because it's a place where you can keep the dog there for a couple of months or so until the dog gets trained.
Mm-hmm.
My one turned out perfectly fine and healthy, but I don't know what happened to the other one.
Yeah, right. Okay, so people were dropping their dog off with this trainer, leaving him there for boarding / training, and they're going missing.
You would think that story would pop up pretty quick. Like, you only need to lose one dog as a boarding
Yeah.
house for things to...
Oh my
No, you can't pick that up last week. No, we only just got back from Japan. I don't know.
Thank you very much. Lucy in Brizzy, tell us, were you on a current affair?
Hi, guys. It wasn't me. It was my mum. So back when I was a kid, we had pet guinea pigs, like a lot of kids do. My mum went down to feed it after we'd gone to school and opened up the guinea pig pen, and there was a massive carpet python curled up. And she called the local snake catcher, and A Current Affair were doing a segment on them that day. So the snake catcher came round, A Current Affair filmed the whole thing, and then when I got home from school, Mum said, bad news, your guinea pig is gone, but good news, Mum's going to be on TV.
Yeah.
We all sat down about a month later and watched the snake catcher pull the snake out of my guinea pig pen with my little ginger in its belly.
Oh, my God. And you take the good with the bad. Obviously, you would have been crying at the time, Lucy, and Mum's going, there's me, that's me. We've got to capitalise on this. We should get them socials going.
Lucy, did they ever replace the guinea pig?
No, we didn't. They bought us the dog after that.
That's all right. Bit of an upgrade.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully that didn't get eaten by a big snake as well. Claudine, also in Brizzy. A lot of ACA calls from Brizzy tonight. Were you on it?
Yes, and it sounds like your other tradie, the good tradie that went and fixed that person's fence. I think that lady was also part of the show that we were on for the same guy that ripped us off.
Oh, you got
$10,000.
How many?
We got ripped off $10,000 because we have a retaining wall that is 120 metres high and very long, so it's very difficult with a pool behind it. So not everyone could do it. Yes, and now we're trying to, like all these other people, I think we're up to maybe 40 to 50 people that have been ripped off by this guy, and thank you to A Current Affair, because if they hadn't have done it, we wouldn't have all been linked together.
Well, there you go.
Doing God's work.
So you were watching the show, then you saw the story, or did you report it to them? Yeah.
No, we were watching it and just we're sitting there floored going, oh, my God, that is us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, you just had to sit through the hoon driving and then the neighbours from hell before you got to that.
You're right, though. A lot of calls coming from Brizzy for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a few more calls trickling through. Gabby in Sydney, you're on A Current Affair.
Hi, guys. How's it going?
Good.
So I was actually getting coffees for the team, and when I returned to go walk back into the office, the door was locked, and I turned around and had Steve Marshall and a camera behind me asking about my boss and the business.
Sorry, is Steve Marshall someone that does the show?
He's one of the reporters.
Right,
Yeah,
okay,
he's also the former Premier of South Australia. So
Yeah.
I think, Ben was
And
a little confused there.
What was the business that you were working at?
So I worked for a trade. I worked for a plumber, and his quoting was a little bit extravagant, and he wasn't the nicest once the contract had been signed.
Very politically correct way of saying that. Well done, Gabby. Yeah, you really danced around it.
I'm very confused by what they are allowed and not allowed to do, though, because can you just shove a camera in someone's face and be like, tell us about your boss?
Yeah, Gabby, did you have to give permission for them to air that?
Well, they had no idea that I actually worked for the company or the business, other than maybe they watched me leave to actually go to the coffee van. But I didn't acknowledge any of their questions or anything like that. But they did follow me around the car park, through some cars, to the point where I needed to get almost rescued by one of my colleagues.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, wow. And even Gabby, the fact that they saw you go to get the coffee, it was almost like they were on some sort of ACA stakeout. Like,
Oh, they do that all the time.
Yeah, you've got Tracy Grimshaw in there.
Okay, she's
having
the host.
having
She
a
doesn't
salami
go-
sandwich.
She's not
or
the host
something.
anymore.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
was.
Well, maybe she does like more of the PI kind of work now, and then she's got like the binoculars, like sort of looking through the window of the plumbers there. Samantha, tell us, this was your daughter. They were on A Current Affair?
Yeah, my daughter, 10 years ago, she was part of a talent agency when she was 15, and she did some modelling and some extra work. And a couple of the jobs that she booked were for crime reenactments for A Current Affair. So I remember taking her to one, I think it was Thornlea, and she had to be a woman that was raped, or a young girl that was raped in a bushland setting. So she kind of had to walk up and down the bush a lot, and there was a guy that was jumping out at her. And then there was another one with a woman that was abducted at Campbelltown Station and that was coming to court. And so she had to pretend to be getting on a train and walking along in the dark at the station. And I mean, it was all very creepy at the time, but she's pretty resilient. And
Yeah, I mean, you'd sort of be hoping for a Listerine ad or something, right? Like, I suppose you got to work your way up the chain somehow.
What is she doing now, Samantha?
She's just about to graduate as a solicitor. She's just doing a practical legal training in family law. So
So she was acting the crimes out, now she's putting them away. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, this is insane. Another billionaire is taking a submersible down to the Titanic site.
Groundhog Day.
Yep. To prove that it's safe. Remember that last, I think it was Stockton Rush was the guy who he had the company, and he was like, it's so safe, I'm going to go and do it myself. And then he died with 4 other people.
Yep.
Obviously. And it was very instant. We thought they were lost for a while. Remember that was like the big thing, and
They thought they were stuck down there with limited oxygen.
And it was kind of like the Thai cave boy thing, where it was like, oh my God, how are we going to rescue them? Like, there's going to be movies about this and all that sort of stuff. But obviously, the ship just crumpled up. Yeah, no, it was. And it's just like, but you learn from those mistakes.
Yeah,
absolutely. You don't go, oh, let's just do the same thing again. And this guy's putting his money where his mouth is. I think it's ridiculous. But this is real. You can look it up. It's in the news. And he's actually advertising for it now. In fact, I heard one of the ads for it on the radio today.
Well, hey there. I'm billionaire playboy Larry Connor. How would you like to ride in my submersible to the Titanic site? Witness history with your own eyes beneath the breathtaking Atlantic Ocean. What's the worst that could happen? It's not like we could all physically implode 12,000 feet below sea level. That won't happen again. I think. It's all super safe. We're not using a $40 Logitech controller this time. We've got a state-of-the-art PlayStation 5 controller with haptic feedback. It's very cool. 1,522 people have literally died in this exact location. But you know what they say? Third time's a charm. It probably won't happen to you. I think. Now, there are still a few spaces available, so it'd be great if you could book. There's only a few left. It's been very popular, so we're just gonna need you can book. Let me assure you, business is booming. That was probably a poor choice of words. I'm sorry. I'm under a lot of pressure. There I go again. I'm so sorry. Please book. It'll be great.
Better call the pest control person because the love rat's in the studio on Nova.
You want to kill me?
Yep.
Oh.
Not you, Belle, but the love rat.
And then bring me back to life next Wednesday when we
Yep.
do it again.
Mhm.
13 24 10. Tonight, we want to know, did you sleep with a client? It's not illegal. Like, if you're a personal trainer, it's not illegal. It's frowned upon, but it's not illegal.
Are you speaking from past experience on that, or?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, if maybe you're a lawyer and you had a client. But this one, we want to know this because there is an amazing story about a police officer.
Maybe you're a bin man. You're picking up someone's bins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a client?
I think so. I think
You're providing a service.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I think if you were driving the truck and you were picking someone's bins up,
yeah,
and then they were out there in their robe and they dropped their robe,
and you say, "Hey, bin man, once you're finished emptying those, would you like to fill up these?" No, I don't. Sorry.
I thought that was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good for like improv.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over in the
gross,
US,
yeah.
this one I think is frowned upon, sadly. A police officer got caught in the back seat of the police car with the lady that he just arrested. Hot. So he arrested her, handcuffed her, put her in the back seat.
And said, "You have the right to remain silent."
They were driving, and she said, "Well, I'm down to F." And he said, "Okay."
I don't think you can do that as a police officer.
Turned his body cam off,
Oh, they always do that.
pulled down a side
They do.
street,
Do you know what, though? To be fair, more sus if you kept it on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
pulled down a side street.
Mhm.
The headquarters were tracking the car, and they were like, "Okay, it's going down a side street." Stayed there for 10 minutes, and then called for help and said, "I've locked her and myself in the back seat, and I can't get out." They then had to wait for over an hour in the back seat, and then other police officers came, got them out, and
Took
said,
them an hour to get there.
Yeah,
They must
and
have been
then-
laughing in the station.
and then said, "Yeah, like, what were you doing? How did you end up in the back seat?" He's now resigned. Hot, still hot.
Yeah,
Like,
if you're
that's
gonna if you're
awesome.
gonna go out, that's a good way to go out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for her, that's awesome.
All right, 13 24 10. That is our number. Have you slept with a client? We've never done this before, so I am interested to see if we get some calls. Did you sleep with a client? Amanda, tell us. This was your ex-husband,
Oh
is
my
that right?
God. I just laughed my head up when you said maybe, you deliver bins. My ex-husband has a skip bin business
Yeah.
while we were married, and that I know of, there was 10 women that he slept with.
No
10
way.
I know, and I kept thinking, how does this happen? Like, people ring up for a bin. Anyway, so I contacted a few of them, and yeah, that's what was happening.
Hang on. So he was. I'm so sorry
Amanda.
this happened to you, Amanda. But so he was dropping off the skips.
Yeah.
And then just like.
I don't know the details, but I know one particular woman made him afternoon tea, and one thing led to another. And then when I confronted him about it, and he said to me, "Just for the record, they came on to me."
Well, that doesn't really help things, does it?
Oh, Amanda,
No.
I'm so sorry that happened.
Oh,
but
that's ages ago, 5 years ago. But yeah, so that's what happened.
Amanda, do you want some tickets to go see Garfield?
What?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, you got yourself some tickets to go see Garfield.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Thanks for sharing your
No,
story.
No, I appreciate that, Amanda. We don't have huge cat. I mean, you are in the draw for Nova's 10K day in May with the Ricky Lee temperature.
I just felt like I needed to do something.
it's true. And when you have a caller who says, "My husband slept with 10 women whilst delivering skip bins," you naturally feel sorry for someone, so you go, "Prize." Then you look down and you see 2 tickets to Garfield.
Yes.
And that's what you have to give away.
Hopefully that orange cat eating lasagna will make you feel better.
13 24 10 if you also want Garfield tickets. Did you sleep with a client?
I also think they were the last ones we had.
So, no more Garfield tonight, guys. That'll be tomorrow if you want them. But
Bailey in Barizzi, have you slept with a client?
Yes, I have. I'm a personal trainer at a gym, and I've slept with my client, so...
you do seem
Did you? I feel like you were like pausing for a round of applause from us.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, Bailey, I feel like 80% of tonight's calls might be PTs. I feel.
Yeah, so it was. How did you sort of work that one out? Was it sort of before or after a session, or?
Oh, it was sort of, after a few sessions, and then, sort of messaging, and one thing led to another. So
was it at the studio?
No, not at the studio.
Missed opportunity, Bailey. Were you both single?
Yeah.
Nice, man. Oh, well, all the best.
So,
yeah. You together?
Yeah. We've actually been together for 2 years now, and she's the mother of my 1-year-old. And
there you go. Yeah. Okay, so you're like a nice guy. Yeah. For a second, I thought you were just like a sleaze bag, moving through like 10 a week.
Hang on. We can't ask this, and then everyone that calls up, we call them sleazy. That's fine.
Well, no, it was just the way Bailey was like a little bit.
He was like
tepid. He was a little bit tepid in his delivery.
If it's consensual and she wanted it, then great.
Although we didn't know that, did we? Until we asked more questions.
Okay.
That's why we were asking questions, Belle. Thank you, Bailey.
Tom in Brisbane. How you doing?
Good, thank you, mate. How are you?
Not too bad. You slept with a client.
Oh, yeah. Pretty funny story, actually. So I'm an Uber driver on the GC, and I picked her up from her Tinder date, and he finished too quickly, like most men, I suppose. And then and then I picked her up, and then at the end of the drive, we parked out the front of her place, and we started talking, started hooking up. Made a mess in the front, and then goes, get in the back, let's finish it off.
Whoa. No worries, 5 stars. And Tom, did you...
It was actually 69 stars, mate.
Gee whiz, okay. And Tom, did you hit her with the $100 cleaning fee afterwards, or...?
Oh, mate, it was more than $100 to clean the car after sheet finish, that's for sure.
Yeah, Tom, you had a lot to say. We're going to have to fade you down, I reckon.
Yeah, before that one gets reported.
Wow.
Larry, in Brisbane, you were the client, so you slept with who?
Yeah, I got lucky. We got a couple of head of cattle at home, and every now and then you've got to get them all preg tested. So the vet comes out, and the cheapest way to get any vet work done is to marry one. So engaged now, together for a few years, and married next year. It's the best vet services you can get when you marry them.
Wow. So Larry, you got some cattle. The vet came out to preg test them, and then one thing led to another.
Yeah, no, it's an annual job preg testing, or more often if you can, and. No, she's a good-hearted person, and she loves her animals, of course, being a vet, and it makes all vet work and getting things done on the property much easier when you have the advice there on hand any minute.
Good on you, Larry.
Larry.
Good on
And
you.
I couldn't imagine that preg testing a cow would give you the horns. I don't know. I don't really know how that happened, but it seems like you found love, and I like it. I like
love.
Ben and Belle, how's this? Ed Sheeran
They say she's in the class 18.
has collaborated with the Offspring. What? Ed Sheeran's a big Offspring fan. He's got a tattoo on his ribs. His first album he ever bought. And he got up on stage with them and did Million Miles Away. Have a listen. It's not great. Like,
No, I
Ed's
don't
got
love
a
that.
beautiful voice, but him being like, pretty fly for a white guy, it doesn't really...
No.
Okay, rude. Ed can collab with anyone, and it sounds amazing.
With Travis Scott?
Yes.
Did that sound amazing, do you think?
Yes, absolutely. He's collabed, like, he can do any genre.
Well, some collabs are good, some are weird. There's some made in a lab, like Taylor Swift and Kendrick Lamar.
Band-aids don't fix bullet holes. You say sorry just for show. If you live like that, you live with gold. You forgive, but you never let it go. Band-Aids
It's
don't
one of those things.
Why did Kendrick
Yeah,
do that?
and look, obviously Taylor, a queen in her own right, but it didn't do great for his Compton cred, did it, Kenny? I mean, I think he just might have been a bit of a cash poor that month. There's some really good ones. I mean, do you remember Numb Encore?
Can I get an encore? Do you want more? Cook and roll with the
Wasn't this your dad's ringtone for a
Still
while?
is my dad's ringtone. Yeah.
Now what the
Also, sometimes when I stay with mum and dad, I'll see what dad's looking at it on his iPad, and it's just the music video for Numb Encore. He just loves Linkin Park and Jay-Z. Do you remember when these two artists mixed, both great in their own right, should never blend, Eminem and Elton John?
Anyways, I hope you get this, man. Hit me back, just the chat. Truly
do.
yours, your biggest fan. This is Stan.
But she's gone cold and wondering why.
That kind of worked, though, I thought.
That is weird, though.
Oh, I can see it all.
Very cool.
Just doing the Dido bits. There is one that does need to be erased from this earth. That would be when Sting from the Police decided to team up with Shaggy.
Talk to them, Sting on it. I don't want you to think I'm rushing you. No rush, warm and easy, my old. I know you like to take your time. Hey,
That's enough of that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all.
13-24-10 this evening. What did your dog eat? There's an amazing story out of Tamworth today in the news. Kira, who is a vet, has rescued her own dog, performed an operation on her. The dog's name is Moose, because she swallowed a cowboy boot. Kira joins us now. Kira, good evening. Can you tell us what exactly happened?
Yeah. My dog Moose decided, my housemate came home from a night out and left her boots outside on a window shelf, and Moose decided they looked pretty tasty and jumped up and ate the top off one.
You realise that it's, for the rest of the country, it's quite funny that a dog from Tamworth, the country capital of Australia, ate a country boot, right?
Yeah. Shame it was outside of country music festival time, but
Obviously, the Moose is fine. Any chance of saving the boot? Like, were you able to stitch it back together, or...?
we thought about it, but it was pretty digested and gross. So, no chance of resuscitating that one.
Kira, you said it wasn't just a home job, but can you talk us through this operation you had to do?
Yeah, so it's what we call an exploratory laparotomy, and had to go in and make a couple of incisions in her stomach and into her small intestine to get some very stuck bits of boot out.
Has she eaten anything else weird?
Yeah, she got home from work, and 3 days later I found her eating a plastic flower pot. So hasn't learned the lesson.
Oh my gosh.
Moose is hungry. She needs to eat. It's funny how, because it is an expression in Australia. You have a bad steak and it's like, oh yeah, it's tough as old boots. Like Moose is like, yeah, respect. Like I know. Like, I've eaten boots, I've eaten steak. I can tell you the difference. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us and chatting us through Moose's operation.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
Christine in Adelaide joins us now. What did your dog eat?
Hi, yeah. So one night I was getting ready for a party and, I heard some suspicious sounds while I was putting on my makeup. And I was done, I was ready to go, and I went outside and a box of favourites that I'd put aside to take to the party had been ripped open by my dog. She had eaten the whole thing and there was just chocolate and wrappers everywhere.
Wow.
Having
And
a
that's, obviously you've got to go to the vet for that one. Chocolate, no good for dogs. It'd be funny if the dog ate all the favourites but left the Moros. That hurt me saying that because I actually like the Moros.
Yeah, but you know that most people don't.
Yeah.
Left the Turkish delights.
I love the Turkish delight.
Okay.
This isn't a conversation about what the best favourite is, although we can come back to that if we want. 13-24-10 is our number. What did your dog eat? Give us a buzz. If you get on air, we will pop you in the draw for 10K a day in May.
Paige and Melbs, what did your dog eat?
When my dog was a puppy and we got home from work, my dog had ate the whole side of our mattress and a whole pack of toilet paper was scattered around the house.
Oh, yeah, they love toilet paper.
Yeah, but mattress?
Yeah,
How?
Yes, my mattress.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
We just didn't close the doors and lock the puppy up.
Side note, if I may, just on what a goat ate. Growing up, we had a goat, and the goat ate the side mirror off Dad's car.
Yeah, Ben was
Whoa.
very regional compared to Belle and myself. That's kind of like the ad, like the dog. That's the toilet paper ad, right? The little puppies, the Labradors.
Yeah.
It's cute in the ad, but it'd be heaps annoying in real life. Naomi in Sydney, what did your dog eat?
I had a bulldog who swallowed pretty much a whole mango. So seed and all.
Wow.
Yeah, we rang the vet. The vet said to bring him in. We didn't, and he passed it. We followed him for a couple of days, and I think it was about a month later, we found a dried up mango seed in the backyard.
Wow. Oh, right, of course. It was just the seed that came out. For a second, I thought your bulldog had passed an entire mango. In my head, it was like, it hadn't sort of been
Of course,
eaten.
it digested the mango fruit.
Yes, but still, passing her, I wouldn't put my hand up to pass her. And I know the last time I did put my hand up, I sat in a cake for something. So I'm certainly not going to be doing anything with the mango seed.
Naomi, thank you very much. Kim in Melbourne, what did your dog eat?
Hi, guys. We have a standard Groodle, and so far he's eaten my mum's hearing aid, which was beside her bed, chewed 2 pairs of glasses, and 11 TV remote controls.
Wow.
And that's dangerous when your dog's eating the hearing aids and the glasses, because then all of a sudden mum can't see or hear what's going on and the dog's just eating things around her.
I also reckon after 3 remotes, that's on you to put the remote somewhere safer.
Get that higher, I reckon. I know Groodles are a bigger sort of oodle.
Yep.
But get that on top of a cupboard, I reckon, Kim.
Yeah. All right, 13, 24, 10. Kim, thank you very much. What did your dog eat?
Wonder when the dog farts if it changes the channel.
What did your dog eat? Ellie in Melbourne.
Hey, team. My dog was feeling quite sad, and we weren't sure what was going on, and something was sticking out of her bum, so my partner and I decided to pull.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a magician's handkerchief, and we had no idea my mum had trimmed the curtains. She'd eaten the whole trimming, and we went to the vet. They were like, you shouldn't do that. It could have been stuck to her intestines, and that could have come out with it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to pull. Yeah, I did know that. That's like a vet's job.
It's hard, though. It's like a pimple that, if you want to squeeze it, it's like if you see that little bit of thread hanging out, you kind of want to pull it.
Of course.
In no world.
You don't want to pull your dog's guts out of the ass, though. That's not something you want to do.
In no world, if I saw something hanging out of the behind, would I be like, yeah, pull it? Nah.
Yeah, well, I mean, thanks, Mum. Why are you trimming our curtains anyway? Go home.
Yeah. They don't grow.
Cheryl in Sydney, what does your dog eat?
Oh, hi. My husband came home from overseas and brought home one of those really large blocks of, and she ate the whole thing.
Sorry, Cheryl, you just cut out when you said what it was. It was a box of what?
One of those really big blocks of Toblerone.
Oh, yeah. Your dog climbed the mountain. Yeah, right. It did the whole dang thing.
Yeah, you really hope that one digests on the way through.
Ooh. All right. Tell us, what did your dog eat?
Hi. My dog ate a present that was for the neighbour's wife. He got her a parrot, had a chain on its one of its legs, and got home and the poor old bird was decapitated.
Yeah, never stood a
Thanks to
chance,
Pancho.
really. Yeah,
right.
Pancho.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pancho, the golden retriever.
Just the head as
They're
well.
They're meant to be docile dogs, but not Pancho.
And so you were buying a parrot for the neighbour?
No, the neighbour's husband bought it as a present. For his
put a
wife.
chain on
And
it. Okay.
Yeah, well, then otherwise it would have flown away, Bill.
Oh, like it's supposed to.
Well, I mean, but then they wouldn't have the pet anymore.
Yeah,
I just don't see the problem here.
How's the relationship with the neighbour?
Oh, we're great. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, they've been neighbours for 45 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's a laughing point now. There's many stories with Pancho and those neighbours. So,
Classic Pancho.
That's old Pancho.
Yep. Also beheaded one of their cats at one stage. That's just Pancho.
Okay, that's not fun.
Was also tied up with a chain. D in Melbourne, good evening. What did your dog eat?
I ate my birth control.
Oh, right. Well, at least you don't have to worry about any puppies, I suppose.
Female or male
No.
dog?
It was a male dog.
That would have been all messed up.
Yeah, totally messed up, very moody. It was a little miniature dachshund, so a little sausage dog.
Uh-huh.
And I think I probably, by eating the birth control, gave it more attitude.
Yeah, but you know what? It would have had no pimples, no pregnancy, bigger boobs, all good.
Hey, I just wanted to do a quick public service announcement. I used the website a couple of days ago. Amazing website. If anyone ever gets a chance, definitely use it. It's called Temu. Used it for the first time. Great site.
You didn't.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, Temu.
Temu.
How do you spell that?
Temu.
Let me just, okay.
It's a great website. I'm sure they look after their employees.
Are you serious?
The
The video just came out of what it looks like inside their factory.
I haven't seen that.
Oh,
I
haven't
haven't
you?
seen
Is
that.
it efficient?
Is it kind of like, is it like Uber or is it like Google kind of thing?
Absolutely not.
What's it like?
It's like Shein.
Well, you shop at Shein?
I did once, years ago.
Couple of times. Isn't that shirt you're wearing right now, Shein?
Yeah, it's
Getting my money's worth, mate.
always likes to point out the factories.
It was
and then...
once before I woke up.
Yeah. Well, look, if you get a chance, I recommend.
What did you buy?
I bought a blanket. I bought like a cover for the couch. Like it's like a big blanket. And I thought, well, if I'm going to roll the dice at Temu, I'm going to roll the dice on like a blanket because that seems like a safe bet. Pretty good.
How much are we talking?
The blanket?
Yeah.
Well, it's quite large. It's like 3.5 meters by 2.5 meters.
Oh, that's a huge blanket.
Massive blanket. Cost $40.
Reasonable.
So it wasn't like dirt cheap, but it was cheap.
Yep.
Pretty good quality.
Weighted?
Not weighted.
Knitted?
Waterproof.
Oh.
Because it's for spills and stuff on the couch.
Oh.
Gee
Hello.
whiz.
Yeah.
Hello.
No, he's got a baby at home. I think
Oh, well.
or
okay.
I could be wrong. I don't want to speak for you. I just thought it was maybe for baby vomit, or I don't know.
Yeah, we won't go into too much detail.
Are you sick of boring old Australia? Would you like to escape our winter and have a Euro summer away? Well, I tell you what you got to be doing. You got to be listening to Smallzy next because he could make that dream a reality. Just like we made a dream for a listener to go see Garfield tonight a reality. We had some Garfield tickets to give away.
And I found out later that we didn't actually have any to
Did
give
we
away.
not? Have we gone over our Garfield limit?
We have. So we're going to have to scramble to find some more Garfield tickets.
All right. We will promise to do that for tomorrow night.
Yep, but Smallzy, he hasn't got Garfield tickets. He has got your Euro summer sorted next when the surgery opens.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.